Stephen says, if our socks have a hole in them and our big toe comes out of it, can we still wipe over such socks as part of our foot got exposed? Scholars, the majority of them say if the skin is apparent, is visible, they say you cannot wipe on it. So if the socks are so thin and transparent, you can see the foot underneath, a lot of the scholars say, no, you can't wipe over that. The most authentic opinion is that you can. But just to show you that there is a huge chunk of scholars who say it's not possible, let alone to your toe coming out of it. So the most authentic opinion is that if your socks have a small hole or one of the lining is torn and you can see a little of the skin but not all of it, they say that this is negligible and is permissible. But if a huge amount of the foot is exposed, as in some socks you might find that a quarter of the bottom of it is worn out and the skin is visible and touchable, or in the case of Stephen, the whole big toe is out, no, you cannot wipe over that.
I have a question about an hadith that I read about the Prophet ﷺ rubbing like a water when he ﷺ was doing ablution on his mama. So can a woman, when we use hijab and we go out and we're going around and about, can we just wipe over our headscarf instead of having to take it off and wipe over the hair and stuff like that?
Okay, so the question of Amina, if I understood it correctly, the Prophet ﷺ sometimes used to wipe over his turban, umama, or imama, and whatever exposed from his head. So he would wipe over his forelock and the rest of the turban and continue his ablution, his wudu. So she's asking, can women do the same in wiping over their hijab? It's an issue of dispute. Some say that due to necessity, this is permissible, especially if we're talking about a public place where women are performing wudu and they don't want to jeopardize exposing their hair in front of others. Others say that this is not permissible because when I want to perform wudu, I cannot come and wipe over my headdress like this, because this is not a turban. Okay, Sheikh, you're wearing it on your head. Yes, but it's not a turban. See, a turban is a head gear that is turned around the head and then it goes underneath the chin and tied to the back. Removing such a turban is burdensome to put it back again. This is why the concession of Sharia came to make it easy. In the case of women who want to wipe over their hijab, headscarf, just because they're in public, how would they wash their arms to the elbow? Would they expose it in front of everybody else? Would they expose their faces in front of everybody else? If they're able to cover that, then they can, from underneath their hijab, do the same with their wiping their head without jeopardizing or exposing their hijab, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Rahmatullah.
Yeah, Sheikh, so my question is, I have a couple of socks which are a bit worn out, so it's got holes in it. And if I've got my wudu in it and I wear my shoes and I'm outside, and specifically, I'm just outside where I have to pray, would my wudu still be valid in those socks? I
think Mu'izz, you mean, would my wudu be valid if I wipe on such socks, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the answer is, it's an issue of dispute among scholars, and the most authentic opinion, as per Ibn Taymiyyah and others, that the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, did not have Skechers socks that were fine and good and strong and without any holes. They had rags wrapped around their feet, and they traveled in the deserts and over rocky mountains and the likes, which made holes in their socks, yet this did not prevent them from wiping over it. So as long as it holds the title or the description of a sock, and it sticks by itself, it doesn't fall off, and then you can wipe over it without any problem, inshallah.